best. Let City relieve your stress, so yes. Let the music soothe your soul and keep it going just to refresh. Buckle and enjoy the ride from 2 to the half of the 5. Mondays to Fridays happening live. Where we gon' have a ball, you can text your guys. Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. Are you ready for the traffic avenue? Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. An applause for the traffic avenue.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the traffic Avenue.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amado. Tonight, I'm here with
Eno Safo.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, minority in Parliament demands the dismissal of the Scholarship Secretariat boss following the expose by the Fourth Estate Media House, which suggested that politically exposed persons were benefiting instead of persons who truly deserve to be given government scholarships. Also coming up, another flood situation hits residents of Adan in the Greater Accra region. This time around, we are told it was a sea that moved into people's homes and not the Volta River. And later on Eyewitness News, we'll go to the People's National Convention, PNC. A court has upheld the decision by the National Executive Committee of the party to sack the former General Secretary, Janet Nabla. She says she would appeal the decision. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Bank of Ghana assures of maximizing benefits of gold for oil program to enhance economic growth.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations. In the Western region, we are in Takwa on Adwinpa 100.7 FM. We are also in Takrady on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM. In the Bono region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we are on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we are in Tajevu on Revival 99.3 FM. We are also in Hohwe on VOV Radio 95.7. In the northern region, we are on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. In Upper East, we are on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. In Upper West, we are on Tongsung 97.3 FM in Wa and Jirapa 96.1 FM based in Jirapa. We're live on YouTube, that's CityTube. We're live on Facebook. We are on citynewsroom.com. We are interactive. Join us with a WhatsApp message 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. Alternatively, you can go on Twitter and drop your message using the hashtag City Newsroom and the world will hear what do you think. Let's settle for details of our stories now. And over the past few days, the trending story in Ghana has been that investigation that was done by the Fourth Estate. Now, the Fourth Estate is a media house that conducts lots of investigations. The latest investigation has to do with the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. Now, the Scholarship Secretariat, as you do know, gives scholarships to Ghanaians, mostly who go to study abroad. But this particular publication by the Fourth Estate is suggesting that the persons who went to or who got the scholarships were not deserving of the scholarship because they are persons with political leanings. And this has generated lots of controversy. They titled it the Scholarships Bonanza. I'm looking at the publication on the portal of the Fourth Estate, and it says Scholarships Bonanza, the powerful grab has double scholarships flow. The story by Seth Bokwe and Thelma Amedeku. was published on April 2nd, and it talks about a number of things. Let me just read a few of them. It says that she was born to a farmer and a petty trader. Money was always hard to come by. However, her disadvantaged background was no hindrance to her quest for academic excellence. After obtaining an undergraduate degree with first-class honors, Franklin Mensah, not her real name, knew better than to rest on her laurels. The next step on her academic journey required funding she was well aware her parents could not afford. But with her stellar academic achievements, she was hopeful that support would not be difficult to come by. At least that was what Franklina thought when she submitted her application to the government-run scholarship secretariat seeking funding for a master's degree program in the United Kingdom. If the scholarship was going to be awarded on merit, she felt she stood a very good chance. Her sense of optimism soared higher when she received plaudits from the interview panel, who were full of praise for her excellent proposal and academic credentials. But optimism gradually fizzled into heartbreak. So the story continues and talks about what has been done and the data that they requested. In fact, after hearing numerous complaints, and I'm reading from people like Franklina, the Fourth Estate asked in March 2021 for data from the Scholarship Secretariat on those who have been awarded scholarships in 2019 and 2020. The Secretariat initially refused to grant the request, claiming the data was confidential, but the Right to Information Commission ordered that personal information should be redacted and data released. The Commission based its ruling on the premise that the scholarships were funded with public money. The Scholarship Secretariat's response to the RTI request showed that it had spent 237 million Ghana cedis and 200 million Ghana cedis in 2019 and 2020 respectively, covering both foreign and local scholarships. Now, the story continues to say that scholarship for the well-connected and not so needy. The Fourth Estate asked for data covering 2019-2020 because the Auditor General had released a report covering 2009 to 2018 in which he highlighted how deserving but financially disadvantaged students were sidelined while scholarships were granted to the well-connected. So it continues again to say that from the analysis, the Scholarship Secretariat spent at least £291,000, 146,000 US dollars, and 7,686 Canadian dollars respectively on influential individuals and the associates of the political elite. Notably, the founder and chief executive of private hospital in Accra, who recently contested and lost in the parliamentary primaries of the MPP in the Ashanti region, received 50,000 for his master's in public administration at Harvard University in the United States. An MPP constituency executive from the Eastern region was awarded multiple scholarships for master's programs totaling 57,000 Great British pounds. An MPP youth activist and a management member of the National Service Scheme funded her master's degree studies with a scholarship award worth 18,000 Great Britain GB pounds. One of the most worrying details from the information we received concerned a special assistant to Second Lady Samira Bawumia. £17,000 was paid for the special assistant to attend a university in the United Kingdom, but he never stepped on campus and dropped out of the program after attending only a few online classes from Ghana. There is also the case of the family member of President Akufo-Addo and former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, whose path to law school in the United Kingdom was cleared with a £16,000 scholarship. A UK branch executive of the MPP, who has been living in the country since 2008, also received 28,000 pounds for a master's program in law. Two top diplomats are also in the list of beneficiaries of a scholarship meant to empower the underprivileged, according to information on the Scholarship Secretariat's own website. Another subheading of the story says children of political and social elite, and it continues to list so many people whom, and it actually gives names. And so this is a story that has been running all weekend, like I've been saying to you earlier at the beginning. Now, this has generated lots of furore both on social media and traditional media platforms, where many people have been questioning why these persons have been given the scholarships that they have been given. For instance, the CEO has been given a scholarship. Freddie Blay and Freddie Blay's daughter, we are told, a former IGP's daughter, were also given scholarships. And all of these persons raising issues, political party organizers and all of that, raising issues about the scholarship that has been awarded. My Joy Online has a publication that says current leadership of Scholarship Secretariat a complete waste, quoting Daniel Yaudomelovo, former Auditor General. 3 News says order forensic audit of all scholarships awarded since 2017. Minority tells special prosecutor. So that's actually where we are going to start this conversation from. Peter Nochukotwe is a member of parliament for the Akachi North constituency, representing the people there on the ticket of the NDC. He's also the ranking member on the Education Committee of Parliament. He's joined us on the line. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yeah, thank you, and good evening.
Good evening to you. I have just read snippets of the publication that has come up. Is it that you were involved in the work that was done in any way as a minority group, or you just took notice of it in the public space and decided that there's some action that ought to be taken? And what action is that?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it is public knowledge of what has happened or is happening at the Scholarship Secretariat. That the scholarships which were meant for the brilliant but needy students rather went to people who at no time, or people who do not even need it at all, because people in high positions in the country are rather taking advantage of the situation and then awarding scholarships to their cronies and their children. It's rather unfortunate. I listened to the sad story that you narrated, and it is very, very sympathetic. I sympathize with that student or candidate. Probably he or she must have lost a very good opportunity to study and then come and serve this country. You see, the issue is that if you look at the vision or the mission of Scholarship Secretariat, when it was established in 1960 by the first president of this country, it was to look at the manpower needs of the country. You know, when we attained independence, we did not have the resources or the human resource that we needed at that time. That's why Nkrumah created the Scholarship Secretariat, so that they will identify such persons who will go study and come back to help build the nation. And I think it was a very good idea. But we have abused it to such an extent that those who actually needed it were not given. Now, if you look at the reports or the investigations by the Fourth Estate, it is very revealing, very annoying, very nauseating that people, as I said, who did not deserve it, rather took advantage and abused the system. Now, the statement that the minority has put out is not only by my imagination, but the minority has carefully studied the situation and is grateful to the Fourth Estate for coming out with such revelations. So we are of the view that the president must take some steps. And the first step is to interdict the registrar of the Scholarship Secretariat and then call for an investigation into the conduct of the Secretariat. How come that people who benefited were relatives of top-ranking NPP personalities and public servants like the IGP and the others? We need to look at that and establish the fact.
I have seen persons who support what the Scholarship Secretariat say, that the people who are giving these scholarships, whether they are from affluent homes or not, they are not aliens, and that they are from Ghana, they are Ghanaians, and they also deserve to be given scholarships. If they applied and were given, what is wrong with that? What would you say to persons like that who support this position?
There's something wrong with it. Look, there is a poor farmer in Akachi North, Azumi. He has a very brilliant child, and he gains admission to a foreign university, probably to do a program, like maybe surgery or any other thing, AI, something that will benefit the country, for which the resources or the the faculty is not well equipped in Ghana to train him. That is what the scholarship secretariat should be looking at. When you grant somebody internship, a lawyer internship to go and do internship in USA at a very huge sum of money, are you helping the nation? You are not. Our children are doing internship in Ghana. What is wrong with it? So we are saying that there are people who, by their position, do not qualify to be there, whether you are a Ghanaian or not a Ghanaian. You see, for instance, the IGP, his ward or his daughter or son should go and take advantage of that. The Honorable Freddie Blay, and then who even promised 275 buses, one per each constituency, when he was campaigning to become the national chairman of NPP. And his wife is an ambassador in Germany since 2017. So what are we trying to do? You see, when we are not treating Ghanaians well and we try to justify our mistakes, that is where I have a problem. So we are saying that enough is enough, interdict the person, and then let a forensic audit be carried out to see how best we can correct this anomaly. And whoever should be held responsible should face the law if found capable.
The issue is that we politicize things a lot in this country, and the politicization has come up. The rhetoric is that when you were in power, your party was in power, you, Peter Nochukotu, and your party, chances are that your son benefited. I'm not saying that your son benefited, but your son, when you don't need it because of the ex-gratia we give you a V8 and all of those things, so your son may not need that. But my son should, or I should, because maybe, or even me, I don't think I'm qualified yet. And yet, politicians give these awards or scholarships to their own, to their family members, to their party executives and all of that. So the point is that you don't have locus at all to be commenting on these matters, considering your history. What would you say to that?
Well, I know every government awards scholarship, but I don't think during the days of NDC, such a situation has arisen where scholarships were multiple awarded to one individual or family members. Anyone who qualified and deserved it was given. That was what happened. So for scholarship, fine, we'll continue to give. But we are talking about merit. Does that person deserve it? You see, when you are giving scholarship, you should look at the background of the person. If there are two applicants, one is from a poor home and one is from a well-to-do home, who should earn it? It should be the one from a poor home. But where we deny the one from the poor home and then give it to the one who is from a well-to-do home, we are not doing justice, or we are not being fair to the person or to Ghanaians. That's why we are trying to say that where we have also given scholarship before, but has anybody raised any issue as this, that the scholarship was being given to party cronies, children of party leaders or government officials? No, such a thing has not happened. But it is what is happening now, and this is the time for us to talk about it. And if as politicians we don't talk about it, do people listen to those in the rural areas? It is us, the politicians, who must talk on their behalf. And that's why they voted us into office, that be our mouthpiece and talk for us. So we will continue to say it. Anybody can politicize it, but it is the mouth, or it is the people's voice that we carry along with us.
Okay, now, is it a crime? Because you're asking for interdiction, which presupposes that the crime has been committed. If the panel does the interview and panel gives scholarships to people based on merit, there's nothing wrong with that, regardless of their background. Does the law establishing the scholarship secretariat say you must not give a scholarship to the son of a minister or the son of a party chairman, for instance? If the law does not say that, then what will be the basis for the interdiction?
You see, the issue is that they say brilliant but needy. They say it. And then in areas where there are no such facilities to train those students in the country, if somebody is going to read a master's in law, which DIMPA is offering, which University of Ghana is offering, which other universities are offering, then you go and give that person about £25,000 of scholarship. Meanwhile, there are students in this country, children in this country who don't have classrooms, who don't have tables and chairs to sit on and write and learn. Then you give somebody £25,000 annually to go and read law in UK or USA. Are you being fair to the Ghanaian society? That's what we are talking about. Some of the courses are just not necessary. Some of the courses are available in the country. So if the course is available in the country, why do you award scholarship to somebody who is in a position to pay for the fees in Ghana? And then say, go and do it in US or UK or wherever. You see, so we know those things. And there are rumors or instances of even the scholarship being granted to people as if it is a course they are throwing about. You see, that you take the scholarship, you don't go, then you go and withdraw the money, then they will share with the applicant, the secretariat people will take a percentage. No, those rumors are there. And once there are rumors, there are some truth in them. So those are the things we are saying they should investigate. And then we know who has caused this mess at the scholarship secretariat. That is the call we are making.
Should it extend to your tenure in office when you were in office?
We are asking whatever time they want to take it from, we don't care. But what we are saying is that the man should be out of office for now for an audit to take place. Because if he's in office, he can interfere with the audit. So he should leave office and then the audit is carried out.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you too.
That's Honorable Peter Notchu Kote. He is Member of Parliament for Akachi North and the ranking member also on the Education Committee of Parliament, speaking to us there about the publication by the Fourth Estate, which publication raised a lot of, made a lot of people run commentary on social media this weekend about who has been given what scholarship. And the minority is asking that the head of the scholarship secretariat be interdicted, Mr. Kingsley Ajiman. In fact, we've been trying to reach him for comment on this matter. We've not been successful since we started following this story. Stay with us. This is Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa!
Bobo, so how your engine now?
It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Cause and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that.
Yes, so
somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched.
Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz?
No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer.
Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency.
Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that?
Mr. Mane,
sorry. Chairman Mane.
Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Ghana must grow.
KB, aka Kubeboga, now drives a Bugatti. He can even travel by road from Accra to London. Oh, wow. KB's source of wealth is agriculture. Yes, coconut business. After losing his bank job, he started supplying coconuts at events. Now, he owns large coconut plantations and employs many young people. Charlie, we all need to trust the process, because hope days.
There has never been be a better time to enter into agribusiness? Take a bold step today with the Ghana Grows program because every step pays. Ejuma Wokro, Ghana Grows, Hope Day, an initiative of the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with Springboard Roadshow Foundation and Limehouse.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Let's do some more stories. The High Court has upheld the decision by the National Executive Committee of the People's National Convention to indefinitely suspend its General Secretary, Janet Nabla. The suspension was enforced on August 28, 2021, due to allegations of gross misconduct, insubordination and incompetence. Nabla had previously rejected the decision following the recommendations of the Disciplinary Committee of the party. In an interview, a former flag bearer of the party, David Apasara, said the court's ruling brings to an end the 3-year leadership crisis that has negatively impacted the party.
The issue has been a question of the rule of law, and we had tried, as a leader of the party, I had tried to make sure I go by what the constitution of the party said. So whatever we did was constitutional. But unfortunately, Ghanaians were told that we were sacked and that we were sacked from the party. And our belief had been to make sure that the rule of law exists, that the constitution of the party is functioning, and that nobody can be arbitrary and take the law into his or her hands and do whatever they want. So today, the court, we are grateful to the court that they have given a very fair ruling, a very seasoned judgment, and that spells out what has happened. The court has done its best, and it has taken a very long time, over 2 years now in the court. So I think that we are grateful that the court has given a very seasoned judgment.
David Apasara is a former flag bearer of the People's National Convention.
And it has to do with Janet Nabla. She was women organizer, general secretary rather, of the party. She got suspended, went to the court, and she's the one that the court has upheld her suspension. She's joined us on the line now. Madam, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Oh, thank you, Omar. How are you?
I'm fine. I remember the fight you had with your party when they suspended you. It was very, very, very vicious what was happening. The court now, which is our final arbiter, has determined that your dismissal is proper. What do you say to that?
We disagree with the judge because even prior to the ruling of the pronouncement of the judge that have been suspended, we already heard the information from Apasara and his people. In fact, the Volta Regional Chairman who was suspended came on the platform and said that if Apasara doesn't win the case, first he will slaughter his 3 children and kill himself. Then I was there when at Melcom I saw Apasara's cousin or niece, Akani Adam, and he told me that Apasara is going to win the court case. But he is asking Apasara that, what if I appeal? Then the case will go on and on again. And I told the guy, I said, before the God I said, if I lose, I will give my name to a dog. Because Apasara did not bring any evidence to the court. In fact, concerning land paper, so my lawyer gave it to the judge. That, Your Honor, me, I can't see. And then the judge said, me too, I cannot see. So he did not send any evidence to the court. The shocking aspect is that, what did the court rule on? The court said that, I petitioned Apasara. 2 people petitioned Apasara, and I also added my petition to it. And for that matter, he suspended the suspension goes. Meanwhile, Apasara wrote a petition himself and became a judge on that petition. He was the one who petitioned me. It is the same Apasara who became a judge in that petition. He is talking about constitution. Apasara doesn't know anything about it. That's a constitution. And we will not agree to the ruling because we don't think that the ruling was done fair and justice and fairness applied to this ruling. Because true to everything that he said, Apasara signed a petition and went and became a judge to that petition. And the judge said that he has won. That's the first thing. The second one was that the judge told us that Apasara has no capacity to say that he is PNC, so he is bringing me to court. So the person has no capacity to even come. So the risk is even wrong. So how do you separate Apasada from the PNC to pass a ruling for him? So these are the things that the party, the PNC, today is the PNC that was ruled against. Because the judge is the one who made me not a PNC member, a general secretary. It wasn't a PNC people. For the PNC, I'm the general secretary. But the court says that the judge today is the one who said I'm not a general secretary, not a People's National Convention. And let me repeat, Mr. Pasara is claiming that the court says that he's the chairman and business. We are going to appeal and put an injunction on the ruling. He can never rule the PNC, Mr. Pasara, because of so many issues. So many issues.
Janet, did you...
Political parties are supposed to be run by people who have credibility. And if somebody's credibility is in doubt, the person has no right to become a flag bearer, whatever, of any political party. So today, if he's saying that the rule of law, this doesn't know the rule of law. Rule of law has been applied. Which rule of law? We are going to put an injunction on the judgment and appeal the judgment. So it will not come on.
Did you enter an appearance in this case? What I mean is that have you ever appeared before the court since the matter was taken to the court?
I even went and sat in the bench and answered questions.
So you took part in everything up to the end today.
I took part in everything. Even,
it means that you respect the decision of the judge today, don't you?
Oh, I said I don't agree with the decision.
Yes, but you respect it.
There's nothing. I don't understand. When you say respect, what do you mean?
You have said that
I passed through the process.
One second. You have said that it is a judge who said you are not secretary, but the people have said you are. And I'm asking you, hold on. Just hold on. Okay. It was a judge who upheld the decision of the executive, didn't he?
Yes, he's the one.
You sat through the court. You were cross-examined and all of that. Yes. Now, what I'm saying to you is that the decision of the judge is something you must respect. You respect that, don't you?
I respect that. I disagree with his decision. In total, I respect, but I disagree with everything that went on, especially the rumors I was hearing, people talking and other things. I take those things into consideration.
But it's okay for you. But it's okay for. But it's okay for you to disagree. But you've lost. That's the fundamental thing. You lost in the court.
Yeah, it's true.
So if you lost, because you would appeal, you do not say that it is a judge who has decided that you are not a secretary. If the judge decides, that decision is binding on everybody, including you.
The judge removed PNC from the whole issue. Today, the judge said, I'm removing PNC. So you remove PNC. Who is the one who suspended me? No, who suspended me? You remove PNC from all the risks today. Because you said that Apasada and Daniba have no capacity. But they did not sue me as Apasada and Daniba. They sued me in the name of the PNC. So how can you now tell me that you are removing PNC and still go ahead to rule in favor of them? So what I'm saying is that
when you appeal, what will be your basis for appealing?
Appealing, we do whatever has happened. Just as we have said, we believe that we have the strong evidence to be able to win this case. Because Mr. Pasada and
but that evidence you presented before the court and it was thrown away. You want to retry your own case, which
we are we are saying the same evidence.
But you can't do that. You can't do that when you are doing an appeal. You can't send the same evidence that was thrown out and say that you want the court to look at the same set of.
But we are going to appeal. My lawyers are already on the verge of filing the thing tomorrow.
Yeah, but what would be their basis for the appeal? That's what I want to know. What are they going to say to the court? They will say to the court of appeal that what happened in the high court? What did the judge do wrong?
We are whatever happened in the court was not something that we think is fair and just. That's why we are appealing. Because the evidence and everything that we provided, plus Apasada and evidence he provided, why should we be the one to win? He didn't provide any evidence. The evidence he provided was the blank decision he gave to my lawyer, to which my lawyer gave it to the judge. And the judge asked him Can you see? You yourself, can you see? So on what basis did the judge rule in accordance or rule this in favor of Apasara? On what basis?
But,
so those are the things that we use.
But the judge was satisfied, even though you had a difficulty with the evidence, the judge was satisfied with that evidence, and that's why the judge...
So since he is satisfied, another lawyer or another judge looking at it, maybe because to us there, we don't think that those evidence, anybody should be satisfied with them. Someone who is supposed to... Why? Our constitution was breached by Apasara. Someone who organized a meeting and could not get 9 chairmen, as our constitution demanded. You are ruling in favor of him for what? Someone who picked someone who is not a member of the disciplinary committee to become a chairman, even though the person was not nominated. He lied that one guy nominated the person. The guy came to you, the court, and told him, sat down and swore and said, I don't know the person. I have never nominated this man. This man's name never came up. But still, the judge said that he is the one who have won. No. And before even the judgment, a lot of information we were hearing. Because I was so shocked. I had to call my lawyer several times to say the press are calling me. The Apasara has said that they should come and meet him at the court. And he's winning. And my lawyer said, oh, don't worry about those things. Don't worry. And I said, but his brother also told me that he will win. But he has been advising him that even if he wins, I can appeal. How did they get to know that?
But if you take a case to court, you are sure that you'd win. If the brother tells you that you win, that's nothing. What's your suspicion?
Because looking at what happened when they took him to this thing, when he sat in the bench and the answers that were thrown to him and whatever happened, we never in our life anticipated.
So what's your suspicion? What's your suspicion? Why did victory go the other way?
I don't know. Because today, I was shocked to the bone. In fact, I'm even scared to go back to the court. I'm very scared.
Scared of
because
who?
I don't know. Because the judge told me that the reason why he's ruling in favor of Apasara is because I was part of those who signed a petition against him. What about Apasara, who was also part of the people that signed a petition against me? How can you say this? The same judge said, I have removed PNC from the distance. You have no capacity, Apasara and Daniba, to sue in the name of PNC. The same person says that they have won. They won based on what?
Do you have any personal issue with the judge?
Me, I don't know him. The one thing about me is that I have never seen him before. I believe that the system should work. That is how I am. In my entire life, I believe in the system. So I don't have anything against you. I'm not your friend, and I'm not your enemy.
Very well.
That is it.
So
because
for now,
I went there for my case to be. So we are going to
you do the appeal tomorrow.
Also put a injunction on that because the PNC will not accept this ruling. We won't. Because
you can't say the PNC will not accept this ruling. You are not PNC. You have been sacked. You've been suspended from PNC. You can't hold yourself as PNC.
He said that they have suspended me as a general secretary.
Yeah, but you are not the director of the party. So say that you cannot accept the ruling. That's all right. You can say that you disagree. You have to accept. Actually, you have to accept. But you can say you disagree.
No, I disagree totally with the ruling. Totally. And we are going to mount an appeal and also put an injunction on the judgment. He said for 2 years. Who took us to court for 2 years? Is that not him? He has been sending us to court over and over because whenever he sees that things are not good, please.
What's funny?
That's no rule of law. If he knows rule of law, will he do?
Will he do? If he knows rule of law, what will he do?
Will he do all the things that he has done and just please? I'm one thing about him is that he thinks that he can always use his way to get everything he likes.
But Janet, he didn't use his way. He went to court, and the court granted for him. It means that he's right.
How can the judge tell me that I petitioned him so he will, because of that he's ruling against me? And
all right, you said
how can the judge tell me that? How? So you appeal this one there is just shocking.
All right, so you go to court tomorrow. Let's see this court of appeal that you are going to. Let's which court did you?
We'll put an injunction on the ruling. I think that Justice
Do you know how it is done? Do you know how an injunction can be put on the ruling?
That is why I have a lawyer.
Great. So just let your lawyer advise you, and And then let's see what happens next. Thank you so much. But for now, you are barred from going to the PNC head office, just for the record. So don't go anywhere close to Abavana Junction.
He tries it, he himself, because he won't even get there. Because if anyone allows him, he has only 7 days after the ruling to be able to go there. So he should dare not go there. Because we are going to put an injunction on that ruling.
No problem.
We are not accepting it.
All the best.
As I say to you, he's not any chairman. I mean, he's not my chairman and leader from the PNC. He's not.
No problem.
He's a chairman and leader of the court.
Janet Nabla. Oh God, fiery as always. General Secretary former or suspended General Secretary of the Edward Nasigri PNC, People's National Convention. They had an issue. They suspended her. She went to court. Today the court upheld the suspension, and you've heard her response. She would challenge the decision of the court. We've been trying to speak to the officers of the party. They've not responded, but we brought you a soundbite earlier of David Apasara, who was also a flag bearer of the PNC, speaking to us on the decision of the court today. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We'll come back. We'll go to Adan. We're told that another flood situation there, and we are told that buildings have been submerged. We understand why. Stay with us, please.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
In a world where technology shapes the future, education becomes our most powerful tool. At the Anglican University College of Technology, we are not just teaching students, we are shaping innovators, pioneers, and leaders. This is why we are launching the Anglican University College of Technology Endowment Fund under the distinguished patronage of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the Primate of the Church of the Province of West Africa and the Archbishop of the Internal Province of Ghana, Most Reverend Dr. Cyril Kobina Ben Smith. Join us on Friday, the 12th of April 2024 at 7 p.m. prompt at the Accra International Conference Center as we launch an endowment fund that will provide scholarships for talented students who dream of pursuing a career in technology, fund research initiatives, equip our facilities with the latest tools and technology, and create an environment where ideas flourish and dreams become reality, and also empower our students to become exemplary leaders. This function is open to all corporate bodies, philanthropists, and benevolent individuals. With your support, we can ensure that our students have access to the resources they need to excel. For sponsorship, contributions, or donations, contact the registrar on 0202 541 461 or send an email to registrar@angutech.edu.gh. Angutech, excellence, innovation, service.
Now drives a Bugatti. He can even travel by road from Accra to London. Oh, wow. KB's source of wealth is agriculture. Yes, coconut business. After losing his bank job, he started supplying coconuts at events. Now, he owns large coconut plantations and employs many young people. Charlie, we all need to trust the process, because hope days.
There has never been a better time to enter into agribusiness. Take a bold step today with the Ghana Grows program, because every step pays. Ejuma Wokro, Ghana Grows, Hope Day, an initiative of the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with Springboard Roadshow Foundation and Limehouse.
There are some classy celebrations that calls for whipping out your favorite China sets. Same goes for your luxury vehicle. Just any engine oil won't do. Premium understands premium best. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon neutral properties is the one for your premium car. It's a fully synthetic motor oil designed using the Shell Pure Plus technology. Prevents dirt buildup with exceptional cleaning power, leaving your pistons cleaner than a whistle, up to 50% more than the industry standard, and gives you stronger, long-lasting engine performance. So, if you want your classic car to run smoothly like a Ferrari for years to come, use the Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon neutral properties. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
When you want to eat, just Momo it. Tired of the long queues in the supermarket? Pay with Momo. When you really want that beautiful new blouse, just Momo it. When you want to get a trim and get fresh to impress you know who, just Momo it. When you need to pay your utility bills and domestic staff, Chani Momo. When you want to send love to the family back home, send some Momo. Join the millions of MTN Momo users all over Ghana and live life the brighter way. So just Momo it. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka, in Accra, around the globe on citinewsroom.com. We've just seen reports that Adan is flooded. What exactly is the situation? Ebenezer Te Nati is the Adan NADMO director, or the district director for NADMO in Adan. He's joined us on the line. Mr. Nati, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, sir.
We've seen videos of homes submerged, areas like Treasure Island underwater. What's happening in Adan?
All right, sir. Currently, as we are talking, I am not in the district, but I had information this morning that there was flooding yesterday, and this afternoon too, I had several complaints from the people in the district. So, as a matter of fact, there is a serious flooding in Adan as a result of high tides. And so, currently, this is what is happening in Adan.
Explain high tides to us.
Yeah, we have two kinds of high tides. We usually experience high tides from the sea, and sometimes it also comes all the way from Akusumo into the sea. The one that we are experiencing now, according to my people I've sent on the ground, is not a tidal wave, but it is coming all the way from Sugankopi side, meaning it travels all the way from Makosomo to Adan. So this is what is happening here.
Is it the river that is moving into people's homes like we saw last year when the Akosombo Dam was opened? Or it is a sea that is entering people's homes? Which one is happening?
Yes, according to my people, I have do several inquiries. I talked to most of the assembly members we've been using during these situations like this. I've talked to most of my zonal staff who have been on the ground, and they told me it is not a tide from the sea, but it is water from the river that is entering people's home.
So it's the river, not the sea?
Exactly, sir.
But you were saying tide, so the river has tidal waves?
Yes. What we have been, during high tides like this,
sorry, Mr. Nati, I'm confused. Mr. Nati, I'm confused. I'm familiar with the tides or the tidal waves coming from the sea. Just a second. When the tide from the sea is high, it enters places like Adan, Keta, and all those places. We do know about that. And then we also know that last year, the Akosombo Dam was opened and the Volta River it led to an overflow of the banks of the Volta River, and that entered people's homes. But when you talk about when you talk about tidal waves or tides and you're referring to the river, I'm a bit confused. Please help me understand.
Yes. In Adan, we get different situations which lets the level of the water becomes high and usually enter people's home. And then one that we are experiencing now is the one that comes from the river. We also have one that comes from the sea, which we call it tidal waves. that one, it comes directly from the sea, with full force from the sea. And that one, when it happens like that, you can see people's building collapsing as a result of the strong wave coming from the sea. And as we speak, that is not what we are experiencing. So meaning I'm telling you that the kind of flooding that we are experiencing now is not from the sea. It's just like the way we saw when the Akosomo Dam was spilled, and then we saw a lot of water flowing from Akosomo Pomglu, Nocturne to Ada. That is what we are saying now.
Okay.
But it is not spillage.
Okay, so if it's not spillage, where is this strange water coming from?
Well, that is the question that we all have to know. You know, when I had the information, I quickly had to call on the Akosomo Dam managers, especially those that are in charge of the operation of the dam. We have their contacts, we be communicating. So I quickly inquired from one of them whether they are doing spillage, and they said no, because as we speak, the level of the water in the dam is a little bit down. And even if they are going to spill, the spilling will be starting around it will be starting around September going. So as we speak, if there's even going to be spillage, there'll be so much consultations. Bring us to
you would have known about it. So it means that what happened last night, you did not anticipate it.
Yes, please. We did not expect that to happen.
How bad was it? Did people have to leave their homes?
Yes, as I said earlier, I am not in the district, but according to the information I am having now, the situation is very worse, that people are even trying to move from their houses to a safer place. They are even calling for evacuation. But they also made me understand that when the water comes high, even when it enters people's home, the water usually stays for just 3 hours, and then you see it going back again. So, it calls for people who think that they cannot manage living in their various homes to find a safer place to stay. After 3 hours, when the water is in it, they can go back to their various homes.
So from what you are saying to me, you do not have a lot of brief from your people, but you cannot even advise whether people should stay or leave. You are not even certain which areas are affected and how long it's going to be for. You do not have all those details.
As for areas affected, almost all the island communities are affected, including inland communities. Places that were affected during the same places. So when it comes to communities affected, I have much information on the affected communities. And as I said earlier, the level of the water in people's home now is similar to the one that occurred last year during the spillage time. That is why I'm calling on the people to at least find a safer place to stay.
But when we see what you are describing, usually NADMO would move in with boats and save people. Mm-hmm. You are not there, but have you told your men to go there and rescue people? Have you done that?
No, because we just got the information. The whole thing started yesterday, and then I got the information today. And so I set my men on the ground to do that. To evacuate, there are a lot of processes. There are a lot of things you have to put in place before you start to evacuate. So even with that one, we have to sit at the disaster management committee level to discuss everything before we start evacuation. So NADBO cannot come out and then start evacuating. So we only advise that people should do safe evacuation. They have to voluntarily move to a safer land to at least have life saved.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
All right, sir. Thank you.
That's Ebenezer Nate. He's the Ada District NADMO Director. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Up next is business news. And then on Point Blank, my guest is Kofi Adams. He's a member of Parliament for Buem and also a member of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. There are some revelations coming up there that he has issues with. Stay with us, please.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. City Business News. Be informed.
Time now for City Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by GCB Bank PLC. GCB Personal Loan, make that big move and dream a reality. My name is Inosafo. Let's settle for the details. The Bank of Ghana is considering plans for a commercial bank to oversee the implementation of the Gold for Oil program. According to the central bank, the policy remains a strategic solution to boost the country's reserves and will be beneficial in the long term and contributes positively to Ghana's economic stability and development. Ghana's gold for oil exports have stagnated, thereby threatening the much-needed injection into the bank's buffers. But Governor Dr. Ernest Addison says the Bank of Ghana will continue to maximize the program's benefits for Ghana's economy. He's been speaking at the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament.
The program that we recommend to continue because it helped us in the period of crisis. We only want to make sure that this is done by a commercial bank so that we can have time to focus on our operations as a central bank. So this is the discussions that we are holding going forward. But the ability to be able to exchange our natural resource directly for oil when oil prices get out of hands, we think that it's a very innovative program. So it's really about the central bank spreading itself too thin by trying to add gold for oil also into our business. But we are fully focused on buying gold to build our reserves. So those are the two different issues.
Dr. Ernest Addison is Bank of Ghana Governor. Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahine has warned of a probable banking sector crisis in the medium to long term following the Bank of Ghana's decision to adjust the cash reserve ratio requirement for commercial banks. The Bank of Ghana noted that the move should help address the excess liquidity banks are holding. But in a report authored by banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahine and research analyst Isaac Kufieje, they noted that the decision has economic repercussions on both commercial banks and the broader economy. In an interview with City Business News, Dr. Etuahine said the Bank of Ghana should reconsider cash reserve ratios reductions to mitigate non-performing loans to restore resilience and economic stability in the banking sector.
At least central banks should have taken into consideration the rising non-performing and at the same time the structured bonds. Other than that, basically a time will come, especially the indigenous banks. Indigenous banks, some of them will be out of business, especially in the IMF document. The IMF is encouraging mergers, acquisition and takeovers. If you cannot meet the capital requirement, as they recently appointed an advisor for one of the banks, if you are not able to meet your capital reserves per capital requirement, then somebody would have to come in and take it over. So if we don't adopt proactive strategy to preserve the domestic banks, if we don't take care, it will be like the mining sector, where once upon a time we had the gold fields, we have Dunkwa gold fields, we have these gold fields, but currently all the mining sectors are in the foreign hands. To ensure that at least the domestic banks are well protected from this, if we don't take care, we are making them vulnerable to be taken over by the banks that are ready to come into the system.
That was banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahine. The National Petroleum Authority has rejected calls by the Africa Centre for Energy Policy that the NPA's decision to set new pricing guidelines for petroleum products are not in the interest of consumers and will, in the long run, lead to anti-competitive behaviour. The Africa Centre for Energy Policy last week urged oil marketing companies and bulk oil import, distribution and export companies to take legal action against the National Petroleum Authority over the planned implementation of the amended petroleum pricing guidelines. Here are excerpts of a statement issued by the National Petroleum Authority.
The proposed solution to the above concerns is to set price floors for OMCs and bulk oil import, distribution and export companies which take into consideration only the fixed costs, taxes, levies, statutory and distribution margins in the prescribed petroleum pricing formula. The MPA is mindful of the price deregulation policy and how it promotes competition amongst players in the petroleum downstream industry. Hence, the price floors that will be set by NPA will exclude the margins of the PSPs. They are at will to determine their margins, just as they currently do. Variations in prices result from the freedom PSPs have been given to independently set their margins under the price deregulation policy. The amended pricing guidelines does not prevent the PSPs from doing this. Hence, the competition that exists among PSPs will continue. The authority already has put in place measures such as the Petroleum Product Marking Scheme, Electronic Cargo Tracking System, Fuel Monitoring System, among others, to address other industry issues raised by ASA.
Those were excerpts of a statement by NPA read by my colleague Edna Agnes Boache. A tax consultant, Jeffrey Okanse, is suggesting to government to explore other sources of revenue mobilization which have not been adequately tapped. This follows complaints from business associations, including the Ghana Union of Traders Association, about the cost of doing business at the ports. In an interview with Citi Business News, the tax consultant cited property rates and rent taxes as avenues which government could channel its attention to sustain the revenue collection drive.
There are certain areas that government has not explored to the fullest, like also collecting for property rates, collecting rent taxes, and also exploring the night and dawn economy to the fullest. So these are areas that they are not gray areas, but they are existing areas within the informal sector that government can maximize its collection. And as we speak, government has an opportunity to even go into the normal traders and everybody who is trading now and businesses that are owing them. So there's existing cash that is already existing because of those businesses that owe them, and there's other opportunities of collection that is not collected. When they have done this too, to the best of their abilities, there will be money enough for you to losing the tax burden on these businesses.
Jeffrey Okanse is a tax consultant. The Association of Ghana Industries has identified the current level of market liberalization in the country as a threat to Ghana's foreign exchange reserves. AGI argues that there is too much openness in Ghana's market, leading to the unrestricted importation of various commodities. Speaking to Citi Business News, Greater Accra chairman of AGI, Chanama Pelu, advised government to check the unregulated flow of imports.
AGI is asking for is not to ban importation of every product, but we are asking that product that we have the capacity to produce and supply the local market, we should be able to ban the importation of those products. That's how societies that have developed their economies have done. They have to protect their local industry. And that way, we can ensure that we create jobs, the much needed jobs for the many young people who are unemployed, and we can help stabilize our currency. As it is, if you're importing 70% of all the things you use, naturally you should expect that your currency will suffer, which is what we're experiencing. So we have to reverse that situation by insisting that we consume the product that are produced here locally. By so doing, we would be able to expand our economy and guarantees stability.
You heard the Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chanam Akpelu. That's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. The business news on Eyewitness News is brought to you by GCB Bank PLC. GCB Personal Loan, make that big move and dream a reality. My name is Eno Safo. Up next is Point Blank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
There are some classy celebrations that calls for whipping out your favorite China sets. Same goes for your luxury vehicle. Just any engine oil won't do. Premium understands premium best. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon neutral properties is the one for your premium car. It's a fully synthetic motor oil designed using the Shell Pure Plus technology. Prevents dirt buildup with exceptional cleaning power, leaving your pistons cleaner than a whistle up to 50% more than the industry standard, and gives you stronger, long-lasting engine performance. So, if you want your classic car to run smoothly like a Ferrari for years to come, use the Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon neutral properties. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
My guest is a former teacher, a former deputy general secretary of NDC, a former national organizer of NDC, a former spokesperson of Jerry Rawlings, occasionally speaks for Nana Konedo Ajuman Rawlings in the past when she was running for NDP. Member of Parliament for Buem and member of the Public Accounts Committee, Honorable Kofi E.D. Adams. You're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you, Sandra.
How are you doing?
You got your intro about 90% right, except the NDP component that you did.
No, I withdraw NDP.
I spoke for her when she was running for the flag bearership of the NDC.
Okay, yes. How is she doing?
Well, she's doing well.
Nice.
She's doing well.
And how are you two?
Well, by grace, we are fine, but except that you can't be a happy person if you happen to be in Ghana and you love Ghana so much as some of us do. That what is happening to this country, it's as if there's no leadership. It's as if we Sandra, I can't just tell what is happening to this country.
What are the odds that you are seeing that are making you sound desperate, hopeless?
Well, the first thing is where leadership itself lives in denial. If leadership accepts that there's challenge and rally the people around that, let's work together genuinely to solve the problem that confront us. Then even when you find yourself in such situation, you are happy that the people leading you know that this is the challenge.
But they haven't complained that there's any challenge, for which reason you should come and help them fix their challenge.
Well, but we see the challenge every day.
They say they are working on it.
Working on it for what? For how many?
They're launching a tracker in 2 days, I think. Which tracker will tell us what and what has been done. Infrastructure. They just brought a new set of trains into the country, coaches.
You see, as for the trains business, look, the things we celebrate in this government are things that were done by the previous administration.
Oh, how? Don't be saying things like that.
Clearly.
How?
Clearly. Tell me, if you ask them to mention any serious rail project, they will tell you Tema Akosombo.
Mpakadam.
It's called Tema Akosombo. They haven't come to parliament to change it to Mpakadam, even though there's been an extension or a diversion from Akosombo to Mpakadam, which has even made...
So what, the construction is illegal?
Well, I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm saying the name of the project
they've crossed the river already.
I'm saying they've crossed the river, but that even makes it now also another very difficult and challenging project, because the whole idea of doing the Tema Akosombo is to take advantage of the Volta Lake.
Yes.
And to utilize the lake all the way to Bipe.
Yape.
So that Yape, exactly.
Yape and Bupe, yes.
Bupe. When you move products from the harbor, you take it to Akosombo, then quickly will get onto the water all the way to Bipe or Yape and to the Sahelian region.
What was the name of that inland port?
Now that Debre.
No, there's one inland port in the Ashanti region, Buankra.
Buankra.
Yeah.
Now that you've decided to take it all the way to Mpakadam, how are you now going to work your way? That will be additional cost again to be able to move material from Mpakadam onto the lake for possible lake transport. No, it doesn't hit. You don't have any arrangement to be able to effectively transport material, so you have to build another harbor there. That will be an additional cost. When you already have facility existing that you should have connected. I've heard all kinds of stories about, the dam is so close there, and all kinds of risk factors and so on and so on and so on related. Look, it's much ado about nothing. The only positive side of that project, it makes it easier continuing to further to the OT regions and then even to the Upper East.
It will benefit you very soon when they put commercial trains on it. You live at Tema already. It's easier for you. Just hop onto the train and it will take you all the way to, what's the name of your village, Sef?
My village is Tetema, but it can't take me to Tetema. Then it will take you to Mpakadam, and you now have to go look for.
Yes, it's easier for you. Then Asikuma Junction, it will take you to Asikuma Junction.
See, the problem, considering the kind of work that we do, if you have to get into your constituency and run around, then it's better you move with your own car from Accra than to get to Mpakadan, and then you now look for another means of transport to take it. How are you going to be moving?
Get two cars, one for the constituency, one for Accra.
It's difficult to be able to do that now. Maybe as time progresses,
you win Boem again. They'll give you a second car loan, so you buy two cars.
Well, that's another arrangement that we must really discuss. And
I have
my own ideas about that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that duty vehicles be given to MPs.
in addition to the ones given to ministers?
No, like what is given to, even for ministers, they should be not permanently yours.
It should be a pool.
It should be a pool.
Take it from it then.
You see, this current arrangement even disadvantage a lot of MPs. Take, for example, an MP who is, say, like Hajiala Adi from Pusiga.
Mm-hmm.
She has a car. She's given the same facility as me. We are all given the same loan facility. If she has to run effectively and go to her constituency, by the time she finishes her 410, her vehicle is gone. You have another MP who is maybe an MP in Greater Accra.
Zaneto Ajiman Rollins.
Then the person takes the same facility. By 4th year, the person's vehicle is still so new.
Yeah.
So it disadvantages MPs who are coming from rural areas who have bad roads, who use these vehicles to go through all kinds of streams because their roads have not been. Well, the MPs are not the ones supposed to push.
They should push.
And one other thing I would want to talk about is that if MPs could be allowed to focus on their work of checking, oversighting, look, it will save this country so much to be able to do what is expected of them. Because the MPs sometimes are forced and turned into development agents. They abandon the books they should read, the information that comes to them that they must spend time to really go through and run into ministries, departments, and agencies trying to look for projects.
Otherwise, you lose your election.
Projects they don't get at the end of the day.
But if you like,
or even if they get, they don't get completed.
Yeah.
But if you do, you sit there and go through the books, and the people who are executing, the executive know that you will be checking them so well.
Mm-hmm.
If they promise to do something, they will do it.
If you're going to be reading the books, they'll remove you from the constituency.
Well, that's the unfortunate bit.
Let's talk about looking at the books. So you are on the Public Accounts Committee, the James Aveji Church Committee.
Yes.
Today, which people appeared before you, and what are the key issues?
Today, we had the Ministry of Finance come there with the Controller and Accountant General to deal with the general government accounts. That's the Republic accounts. You know, the Controller and Accountant General is the nation's accountant, if you want to put it that way. Like your station here, you have your accountant. Then
pays the salaries.
So he must know how much we have as revenues and how much we really paying and so on. Everything he must know. So they appeared before us. And Bank of Ghana also appeared before us in relation to their foreign exchange receipts and payments. That by law they are supposed to submit half-year report. So every June the report is submitted. Then December a full year report is equally submitted. So they appeared before us in relation to the 2022 reports.
Okay.
And in that report were many things that my brother, it makes you even weep the more. You know, you remember not too long ago, the Minerals and Investments Fund chief executive appeared before us, and we realized through questioning that more than $12 million of our money had been spent in relation to Ejapa without approval even from Parliament. Another one appeared before us, and we found out that $2 million of our money has been spent in a company that did not have any license. It actually didn't exist, in the name of what? Skytrain. We haven't finished dealing with those ones. Today, they appeared again before us, and we found out, for example, that Bank of Ghana, in its report, in the Auditor General's report of how Bank of Ghana spent our monies in 2021 and 2022, that, for example, MX Power China International Group Limited was given payment to the tune of $11,949,088 for the Pualugu Dam project when nothing has actually happened there.
How do you know nothing has happened?
Well, there's nothing there. I was around that area recently. And today, after they appeared before us and left, I also asked my sources there to go back and check if there's really anything happening there. Absolutely nothing. They said even some tip of sands that were dropped there, it's like the contractor have gone back to collect it. Or
wow.
So yeah, of course. Of course.
And is it the same contractor that has been mentioned in here?
The same contractor that has been mentioned here. The same contractor that's supposed to do the Pualugu irrigation project. That they have done nothing, and 11,949,000 have been paid to them in 2021. If it is your money, Sandra, will you do that to your money? If it's your money.
When they write these things in the books and say that they paid so much to the person to do this, do they explain to you that the thing has actually been done? They went follow up and they found that it has been done.
Normally, certificates are supposed to be raised before payment such as this is done.
But they haven't shared that with
They
you.
could not share any information whatsoever with us as far as this is concerned. Another one.
Wait, so your thinking is that we've paid $11 million for Polugu?
11.9.
Yes. Okay.
More than 11.9.
So
almost $12 million.
For Polugu irrigation project. And
for
yet it's not been
work.
done.
No work has been done. No work.
Did you press them when they came? Did you ask them questions about this today?
We pressed, but nothing could be provided. So what we asked was that, look, auditors, go back and recheck these things and submit some further and better particulars to us. So I'm sure
you have an authority that has not been done.
It's not been done. Nothing has been done there.
Okay.
Then, not only this, the next payment was also payment to MS Motor Angel and Jaheria E. Contracao Africa SA. That payment was in relation to the Mamoto Way Extension Project. $2,577,269. Meanwhile, we only on the 15th of December 2023, as Parliament approved the arrangement for the Tema Motorway project, and it's been fully financed by Ghana Investment and Infrastructure Fund using a special purpose vehicle called ATEP Limited. So they are financing that project, and the contractor is Marapoma Limited and not Motor Angels. And so how did Motor Angels appear to receive more than $2.5 million payment from Bank of Ghana when they had no contract, had not been given any project in 2021? How?
But Motor Angels was in the news.
Well, they were in whatever news they were in, they have not been given any contract. So this is just similar to the SkyTrain issues where they've been given 2 million. So for this government, it is either 12 million or 2 million, something. SkyTrain, 2 million. Motor Angels for Temamoto 2.5. Ejapa, 12 million. Power China for Polugu, almost 12 million.
I just googled Motor Angels, and there's a story on globalconstructionview.com which says that Motor Angel wins $570 million contract to modernize Ghana's Accra to Tema motorway. The story was published on 6 January 2021, which is the year you're talking about. It says Motor Angel, the Portuguese contractor that has built up a large business in Africa, has this week signed a deal worth $570 million to extend and improve Ghana's first ever motorway. A press release signed by Kwesi Amoakwata, the Ghanaian Minister for Roads and Highways, said the contract was signed on 16 December after receiving approval from the country's Public Procurement Authority and Central Tender Review Board. The project will upgrade and extend the motorway between the capital, Accra, and the city of Tema, which is also the country's largest port. Does that not satisfy your...
Where is the satisfaction? What work was done? No contract was... So, are we now having two contracts? Are we now having two contracts? The same contract that you have read here, and the one that was approved by Parliament on the 15th of December 2023, to be financed from Ghana Investment and Infrastructure Fund using a special purpose vehicle called ATEP. And the contractor here is Marapoma Limited. So this payment, that's why we are asking and going to investigate it further.
Is it possible that the work that Motor Angel was supposed to do is different from what Marapoma is doing?
No.
And that, is it possible that, if you get to Tema Motorway roundabout now, there's a lot of expansion work that is being done.
What is happening around the Temamoto Way roundabout there is the Japanese grant facility. Again, that was also secured under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for
the flyover and the tunnel.
Yeah, that one is being funded by the Japanese grant facility. It has nothing to do with Motor Angel. Motor Angel is not involved in that at all.
To the best of your knowledge,
and beyond that motorway is this Ghanaian contractor who is dealing with that from that motorway point all the way to Ningo Sky.
Okay.
He is dealing with that. So where's Motor Angel in all this?
To the best of your knowledge, there's no agreement before the House of Parliament approving the deal with Motor Angel.
No.
Even though it's an international agreement and we don't know what the requirements are.
Under Article 181(5), should come to Parliament for approval.
But this publication is quoting the minister.
And I'm saying that
he says he got clearance from the Public Procurement Authority and the Central Tender.
Well, the Constitution says if it's an international agreement, Parliament must give approval. Parliament did not give any such approval for anything Motor Angels.
So there should not have been 2.5
There should not have been any payment.
Did you again ask them questions on this?
And I'm saying we raised the question. So these two, I personally even asked that these be added to the Pualugu project for the auditors to bring us further and better particulars. But clearly I know for sure that no work has been done on the motorway because that's the route I use. That I've lived in Tema all my life.
They've been doing repair works on the motorway. You would admit.
But the repair works was not being done by Motor Angels.
How do you know?
Repair was being done by the Ghana Highway because every time they announced who is going to do what, so we know who is doing what.
So expansion means the 6-lane
thing. The 6-lane thing that they were talking about, and now it's going to be like 10. They are expanding it.
And you're saying that's Marapoma, not
Marapoma is the contractor, and the Ghana Investment and Infrastructure Fund is funding it using a special purpose vehicle that they have created for the purposes of funding that project.
Makofi, why would they give money to a recognized company, put it in the books, and you are saying to us that no work has been done?
It's the same thing.
Because they would have to defend it.
Well, it's the same thing that they did with the 2 million SkyTrain.
What is your suspicion?
Well, my suspicion is the suspicion that almost every Ghanaian has about what has gone on with their financial management. So when they come to tell you that the problems we face as a country is because of COVID, then you should clearly know that it cannot be because of COVID. If you waste our resources this way and in this manner, you cannot come and be blaming COVID. That is why we asked them a simple question Dr. Baumia asked some time back, that how did the challenges, international challenges, jump Togo and Cote d'Ivoire and only affecting Ghana? COVID did not only appear in Ghana. Why is it the case that others are doing so well? Others are managing their things better. They are downsizing their government. There's prudence in their investment. And we have our people wasting away our resources in large-sized government, in spending it in areas that should not be spent on. Either we are renting an aeroplane that costs us $20 million per hour, or we are investing our monies in cathedrals that would not bring us anything. That has become the most expensive hole now, breeding mosquitoes.
Beyond asking the auditors to go and bring you more answers, is there anything else you can do as
that is committee? The beginning. That's the beginning, because they are the auditors, so they should first do and present whatever information they have to a committee. It is when we are not satisfied with whatever it is they bring, then we will escalate it to the next level. Of course, the Public Accounts Committee is supposed to submit a report to the plenary.
Okay.
But even before we do that, we could inquire more.
So you need to get answers to all of these.
We need to get answers to all of this.
We need to go, but I think I'll just ask you about Boehm. How is your constituency doing?
Well, the constituency is fine. It's.
Are you winning?
Me as a candidate.
You as a candidate.
Of course, that one.
It's not a problem. Man.
No, but we have never really lost that constituency. And I have not done badly as a member of Parliament. I have related very well with my people. Well, decided to solve majorly the water-related problems that they have. I've also looked at. You say
drinking water is not.
Yeah, it's a big problem in area. But now most communities have been touched in terms of good drinking water.
You are doing boreholes?
We have also boreholes. We have also looked at the areas of education to make sure that at least we give them something to write home about. Health, we have not left out. Even reshaping of bad rules, we haven't left that out. And youth empowerment.
Since the South people are orphans, have you been taking care of them?
Well, I've been pushing for them. The last time even Honorable Natoshi appeared before us to defend her estimates and what have you, I spoke strongly about why I think that Guan should be given a special support, because something that is taken out for MPs to be able to do their various activities, they do not have one. So a further special arrangement has to be done for them. She assured me she has been doing something, and I thought that I will liaise with the Assembly also to see targeted projects that we could get them to support them.
Honorable Kofi Adams, MP Boem, member of the Accounts Committee of Parliament, thank you so much for joining us on Parliament.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, I thought you were going to say anything more.
Oh, no, but you didn't give me the opportunity. You said the time is up. So if you had given me an opportunity to say more,
I said thank you. So say thank you.
Baraka de Salah.
Baraka de. Are you going to the village to celebrate, or are you celebrating Accra?
Well, tomorrow, Public Accounts Committee is sitting again, and if we close early and it's possible to dash in, I will do so.
Do you have a huge Muslim population?
Yes.
Yes. I see.
We have a huge distance. So if you are considering anything, consider my constituency.
On your way, you pass Astra Junction, you pick me, we'll go together.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Umaru Sandamadu. This has been Eyewitness News production by Kobna Wilson and Beverly London, as well as Sami Biafra. Technical support from Daniel Squashi. New media support from Edwin Kwakofi. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening. Up next is Footprints. Samolata Mensah is hosting Air Marshal Ashley Larson. If you don't want to miss that conversation, please stay tuned in.